In Investing 101 today, we're taking a look at Estate Planning 101. Joining me now is Sean Hughes. He's with Amatuli and Associates. Good to have you on the show.
Good to see you, Angela.
And this is a really important topic, but I think one where people either A, drift off to sleep and find it boring, or B, they really don't want to talk about it. Why is this important to talk about it?
Well, it isn't the most rosy subject, like you said, to talk about, but the reason it's important is we want to have control over our assets when the unfortunate circumstance of getting sick or passing away does happen. We also want to reduce income and estate taxes for our beneficiaries.
That's a very good point. So I think that's key to what a lot of people may be going through right now. They've hit that retirement age, and what do you do with that money?
Well, the biggest thing you want to do is you want to make sure that you have the certain documentation in place. A will is a good place to start. However, it doesn't cover everything that you need in terms of documentation. Some people take it a step farther with a trust. A trust just gives you more control of how your assets are going to be distributed to the beneficiaries. And the more complex the financial situation, the more documentation and estate planning that is needed.
Now, Sean, does it make a difference if somebody is in an upper tax bracket or maybe a lower tax bracket? Should they do the same thing with estate planning?
Well, again, the more complex the financial situation, the more documents you're going to need, like trusts and wills and financial power of attorney and healthcare power of attorney. But there's a lot of rich and famous people that have made estate planning blunders and lost a lot of money. One of the things you want to make sure of is that your IRAs are multi-generational. If your IRA is not multi-generational, the problem will occur if you're single or if the second one of you dies and you're married. The IRS could become one of the largest beneficiaries of your IRA overnight because your beneficiaries will be forced to pay one lump sum tax instead of being able to stretch the IRA distributions over their lifetime in a multi-generational or stretch IRA.
Well, who are some of these celebrities or high-profile people who have made blunders that you would point to?
Hughes is one. I know he made some estate planning mistakes. I don't know all of them. But, you know, we see it every day in our practice where people come in and they think that they're set up and ready to go, but they forgot about the child that they had that maybe is a spendthrift, and they have their assets going to them immediately instead of piecemeal over time. And, you know, the last thing we want to see is our loved ones blow all the money we work so hard for.
All right, let's give everybody 3 easy steps. And number 1, get a will. Number 2, what would you do next?
Number 2, I think you should have the financial power of attorney and the healthcare power of attorney in case you do get sick or you're in the later stages of life, so that they can make decisions for your healthcare as well as your financial circumstances, and you can determine what that scope of responsibility is. And then the last step you want to do is you want to make sure all your beneficiaries are always updated, because that's the last thing you want is to pass away and the money's going to the wrong person. Maybe, let's say, an ex-wife that you've been divorced for a number of years from her, and she gets all the assets instead of your kids. We see stuff like that happen, and it's just really unfortunate.
Good to know, and thank you for coming on the show.
Thank you, Angela.